If God did it before, he could do it again. Whatever God pulled you out of, saved you from, delivered you from, brought you out of, brought you through, if he could do it before, he will and he can do it again. A lot of times we have amnesia and it's not our fault. We're human. So God knew that we would need these little reminders. God knew that there would be points in our lives that the devil would be just so prominent. The devil would be just so in our faces with the foolishness that he does, that he knew that we would need reminders. We would need the reminder of God's constant, gracious goodness. We would need the reminder of the fact that God is a deliverer. God is our champion. He's our warrior. He fights on our behalf. His strength is made perfect in our own human weakness, like when we come to the end of our human selves, of our humanness, and we come to those situations or come to the point in the situations, those negative situations that as human beings, many times we can find ourselves dealing with, that God is the one that you call on. And then when you call on him, you best believe that he's going to come running and just pull you right out of the bind that you are in. I had to make this video because the devil is real slick and real sly. He could have us going through the motions of life as human beings in this life. The devil is real slick. He can sometimes cause us to fall into certain situations. Just because you gave your life to God and you submitted your whole life to God, God pulled you out of the grip of the devil. But that doesn't mean that the devil will not try to pull you back into his grips, and he won't try to use certain situations to try to pull you back into a frame of mind, a mindset, or pull you back into a certain type of lifestyle, or pull you back into another bad relationship cycle, or pull you into whatever that he had you in, that God delivered you from, brought you out of, pulled you through, pulled you up and out of. And a lot of times we need the reminder because we're human. You're human. I'm human. We go through things in life, and that's just what it is until the Lord comes and rescues us from this planet Earth, which, let's just face it, honestly, I'm gonna be real, like Earth is getting really ghetto, and I would love for Jesus Christ to come back right now. But unfortunately, that's just not the case right now. There are still so many people that have to know the goodness of God. There are so many people that God wants to know his goodness and to know this about him, that he is a covenant keeping, promise keeping God, that he is a good father. He's not just God in the sky that looks down over humanity. He is that, but also more than that, he wants everybody to know him on that deeper level. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to make this video because I would like to remind somebody today, just same God that pulled you out of whatever it was that he pulled you out of, brought you through, delivered you from, when you just came to him, when you just discovered him, when you just discovered what and who God is to you. And he completely did a 360, a full change to your life. He restored and renewed your life. That same God that did that, it is the same God that you know today. And a lot of the times, like I said, the devil used these really rough situations, these gross situations that just rip us and tear us apart, tear us down. He uses those things to distract us from what the truth is about us, is that we're God's children. God will never leave you nor forsake you. You're his son, you're his daughter, you're God's child. And so he shall never leave you, nor shall he forsake you, because that is his promise to you as one who has decided to submit your life to him. And so let me say real quick, there's a word or a name in the Bible, specifically in Zechariah chapter 10. I want to pull it up on my computer. Zechariah chapter 10 and verse 10. And it's the name Gilead. And in the specific verse in Zechariah chapter 10, verse 10, it says he's bringing his people back to Gilead. And the word Gilead, real quick, means a hill, a mound of stones, of testimony. Okay, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. We overcome too, not only others, but we. So when it says God is bringing you back, he wants to remind you. And when I saw that, I'm like, God wants to remind us, right? He always wants to, that's what renewing your mind is, right? It's reminding you of the goodness of God in your life. The same God that he was back then is the same God today that can get you out of that thing. The same God that got you out of that thing, it's the same God that can get you out of it, pull you out of, bring you out of, deliver you out of it today. He is constant. The one beautiful thing that I love about God is he is the one person. I mean, we know God is a being, but I'm just using this, right? He's the one thing that is constant, that will never change. The way that he loves you. His word is solid. It is the rock that you can stand on as his child. That he will never leave you nor forsake you. That when you look your eyes to him, that when you call on him, he will always answer you, and he will never leave you. Even when you feel alone, you are really never, ever, nor will you ever be